Recording.
In progress.
So, my beverage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was so excited to talk about how it tasted and smelled, and then I forgot. Oh, no, I remember now. Thank goodness.
Good.
If I start talking about how I remembered it, then I'll get it. It tastes like in a post-apocalyptic world.
Okay.
Where you're trying to make alcohol or prison.
Yeah, it's Pruno. You've got Pruno over there.
Oh, it does taste like prunes.
Oh.
It's weird that you said that. This is very weird.
That is what prison wine is called, right? Pruno?
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
It tastes like prunes. It tastes very much like prunes, now that you said that.
Weird.
Either that or the power of suggestion has now pruned my beverage.
I'm sorry to have pruned your beverage like that.
It's fine.
I don't know that I know what prunes taste like.
Whoa, really? I have, no. I mean, we talked about poop on the last other podcast.
Well, on here as well. Yeah, we recently talked about it on Debut Buddies, but we used to have a bit about getting Metamucil to sponsor us over here on Never Show the Monster.
Yeah. Should get prune juice to sponsor us because I do drink prune juice sometimes. I don't want to say all the time. I'm not a big, it's not like for enjoyment, obviously.
Right.
No one drinks prune juice because they're like, God, I'm really craving some prune juice.
That's medicinal. Though I will say, once in college, we were experimenting with our mixers and someone was like, what about prune juice? And so he got a bottle of prune juice and we had a little cocktail of prune juice and Everclear.
Yeah. Is it, what would you call it? The PG prune?
That's great.
Pruny peach?
That's great. Probably.
I was trying to think of
that.
Preege and I was like, that sounds weird. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. For the listeners, we called Everclear PGA for short, pure grain alcohol, PGA. So we would abbreviate it to Peach. And we made a lot of cocktails with Peach in the name.
Yeah.
And I can't remember a single one, which is growth. That's growth. Champagne and peach.
Champagne.
That's the only important one.
Did you have a pina colada?
We did have a pina colada. We had Pija Baluba, which was just a blue monstrosity. I don't know what else was
gross.
in it. Yeah,
good.
it was so sugary. It made your teeth feel bad.
Ew.
There was one, we can't have called it Bloody Peach. That's disgusting.
You could have.
PG Mary, maybe?
PG Mary is a lot less scary than Bloody Peach.
That's a lot less bad.
Oh.
Hi. Welcome to Never Show the Monster. My name is Kelly Attaway.
I'm Chelsea Hollander.
And today we are going to be talking about the new horror movie Undertone. And I'm really excited to talk about it. I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh.
So let's roll the credits, not on the show, on the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll get into it. So this came out 2026. I believe it came out 2025 at a festival in Canada. There's a horror movie festival.
Oh, that makes sense.
In Canada. I forget the name of it. Fantasia?
No, Fantasia. What is that one?
Maybe? I don't remember the name of it.
Is it with a PH? No.
I don't think so. But you know what? I may have only heard it instead of having read it. It is about a host of a creepy, spooky podcast who is a skeptic and her co-host is a believer. And despite being a skeptic, spooky, creepy stuff starts to happen at her house after they start playing a set of recordings that were anonymously sent to the podcast. And in the recordings, it follows a couple who are expecting a baby as spooky, scary stuff starts happening to them. And it stars Nina Kiri as Evie. She's really the only person we interact with in the movie. And it also stars Adam DeMarco as Justin, her co-host. And we'll talk more about him and that casting. And then, I don't know how to say the mother's name. Oh. Michelle Duquette, but it's got an accent on the first E. Michelle Duquette as Evie's
sounds right.
dying mother, Mama. And then there are a handful of voice actors, but those are the only characters that we really get to know. And not really even Mama. She is unconscious the whole movie. The director is Ian Tuason. He also wrote it. I believe this is his first feature.
I think so. I'm trying to look if he's done. Yeah, 6 minutes to the last. Yeah, they're all shorts previously.
And this was released by A24, but it was an independent film, and it was purchased by A24, I believe, after the festival. So this was a Canadian project, and I do feel like it's got a Canadian feel to it. I feel like I recognize it as Canadian.
It does feel Canadian,
right?
But that's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. It's just
I love our neighbors to the north.
Yeah, 100%. So I guess this was all made in Toronto. I think it was Toronto. What did you think about it? What were your first impressions? Is this a watch or a pass for you?
I enjoyed watching the movie. I enjoyed the moments I was in the theater. I thought it was very good. Yeah. But now that we're recording this, it's been like 2 weeks for me, and I've forgotten most of the movie. So jumping into this, I was like, oh, and then I like watched the little clips, and I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. But I did enjoy how I just enjoyed that they used sound, and it felt kind of different, but it also felt very like Paranormal Activity, which I think that he is now slated to write a future
write and direct, at least direct, or maybe it's both. Yeah, he's doing the next Paranormal Activity, and I agree.
It makes sense.
It makes total sense. I guess he was tapped for that like instantly. Like whoever was making the writing and / or directing call for that saw this movie and was like, "Oh yeah, buddy."
And there are really good directors for Paranormal Activity in the past, right? When that,
I don't know.
Every time I do this, was it Happy Death Day that they had the same director? Was it Ready or Not? I get them confused all the time, and then I'm like, oh, I don't remember who directs what.
Ready or Not had the same production company as Scream.
Okay, so maybe.
I don't know. I haven't kept up with Paranormal Activity.
It's not the first one. It's like a 4th or 5th. What's the 4th one? It might be
Paranormal
the 3rd.
Activity 4.
That is what it is. So, good job. I'm going to look at it and then I'm going to be really disappointed.
I don't think I've seen any since the first one.
I think that's okay. I'm not going to try to convince you to watch them. I thought the first one was great, and I remember watching it and I remember loving it, and then it kept going, and that's where we're at now. Okay, is it next to Kin that's the good one?
I don't know.
Okay.
But that first Paranormal Activity was like revelatory because it was found footage without making you barf.
Yes.
Like using the security cams that are stationary was huge.
And their budget was so small. So small.
Oh, I bet. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, their budget was absurdly small. And I remember whenever it came out just being so excited about it because it got so much money in the theaters and it did so well. And I was just like, oh, we're finally like putting money, like people are going to support things that are not what you'd expect. And then they made
$1 million.
How many Paranormal Activity?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I feel like that might be a little bit against what they're all about. I was just saying something very positive, and now I am like going back on it because I'm like, man, none of these are. But I feel like recently a Paranormal Activity was one.
I just checked the budget for Undertone. Do you want to take a swing?
Is it very small?
Oh, it's so small.
400,000.
You're so close. It's 500,000.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, they did really well with that amount of money.
So this was filmed in Ian Tuason's parents' house where he currently lives.
Wow. I thought he would have tried to get a different house. Like that seems like a good fit for
They did set deck it. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm actually really impressed with that.
I am too, but that explains how they can do it on so little money. Like just using his house, which I assume he inherited from his parents. Did you read much about how he wrote this?
No, I did not do very much research. I'm really excited to hear about it.
I did do my research 2 weeks ago and didn't write anything down. So we'll see how well we make it. Well, to close the loop on budget first.
Yes.
Box office was 18.5 million. So that's huge. Isn't that great?
Yes. And I do feel like for a first feature film, this was, I feel like this was really good.
I agree. I do agree. I think that, okay, let me tell you my fun fact first before we get into why I feel conflicted. Tuason, the writer-director, had left his parents' home because he's in his 30s. He wasn't living with his parents. Sense. And then they fell ill during COVID. And so he went home. No. Yeah. So he went home to care for his ailing and subsequently dying parents and wrote this film. So there's so much of that like lived experience on the page, on the screen. I can't imagine like living that and then writing it and then filming it in the house where it happened.
Yeah, all that together. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And he's still living there.
It might be a way to process it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having another character work through it as like your proxy. Yeah, I can see that being helpful. I can also see it being helpful having them set deck the house and like change things a little so it feels a little different, even though it does feel crazy Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched an interview with Tuason and with I've already forgotten her name, Nina Kiri, Evie. Is that her name?
Yep.
Thanks.
I can't. I was just going to say, no matter what name you said.
It's something along those lines. I watched an interview on like Toronto Morning News with them. It was very sweet. It was very endearing. The host was like, I'm scared to be here. Because I guess the movie really freaked her out, which is great. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's doing morning news, so she might have been playing it up for effect, but she did a great job if that was the case. And I guess spooky stuff started happening on set.
Okay, so the chants, were they based on anything? Did they use actual chants from something? Because that's what I was. So I get freaked out. The movie did actually scare me because I get freaked out by chants and anything that is possibly already used, because people like to reuse stuff in movies that have been used before. And I'm not saying that there's anything connected to it, but sometimes I get freaked out by that. And I got freaked out in this movie about that. I have to like pat my ears to be like, I'm only hearing every other syllable of the chant. It's not gonna affect me.
I don't know. I read a little bit about, did you recognize the demon's name? So it's, they pronounce it Abazu in Undertone.
Oh, yeah.
And we've met that demon before.
Was it in the Dybbuk box? Wait, no, that's
sure
not
was.
It.
Yeah,
oh
it was.
My God.
It was in the possession.
I got it.
Yeah. They pronounced it differently. Abizu in the possession.
Oh.
But when they started I didn't recognize Abazu with the different pronunciation, but as they started describing her, I was like, wait a minute.
I've seen this lady before.
I know her. But I don't know about the chant. I don't know if that's like part of the Abazu lore. I don't think so. I feel like they would have used it in the possession if it were,
I don't think it's part of the lore, but I feel like it's like how they did that in American Horror Story, and then they had a lot of weird stuff happen on set as well.
Now, you said that they were using those chants from something else fabricated or from real life?
From real life. They found them from something. I don't know if it was like a book or like I don't know where they got it from, but it was real chants from something.
Interesting.
And then they used it, and then they had weird stuff happen. But it also could be a empty man situation where you just put all your thoughts to something.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, y'all just made an egregore by everybody thinking really about it.
Freaked out.
Yeah. It didn't seem like anything negative was happening. I don't remember any specific examples. Maybe they didn't give any.
Did the parents die in the house?
The director said they did, but you know how people say like, oh, I was born in that house, and they just mean that their family lived in that house and they were born at the hospital. So it was unclear.
If they were on hospice during COVID and they passed, it's likely they were at home.
That's sort of what I was thinking. Yeah. And especially given the text of the film.
Yeah.
But you never know. And even if they didn't die literally in the house, like that's where the experience happened, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's where all of that energy is pent up. Now, we were talking about Chance. We've sort of, I don't know, I think we could talk a little bit more about the plot.
Yeah,
in
for sure.
case listeners haven't seen the movie, which I also would recommend watching it.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting movie. And I was just thinking about like all of the different paths I wanted to take. Let's focus in on the plot. Let's focus in on Evie as a character. She's going through it. Her mom is dying like literally any day. Her boyfriend sucks.
Yeah.
She is a recovering alcoholic.
Maybe. Yeah.
Are we questioning the recovering or the alcoholic? Yeah.
Oh, no. The alcoholic part I'm not questioning. The recovering part I'm questioning.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Agreed. Had prior to the events of the film been a recovering alcoholic.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And now it could go either way.
Yeah.
And she and her co-host, Justin, are longtime friends. He lives in England, so they record at 3 a.m., the spookiest hour. 3 a.m. her time.
Yep.
The spookiest hour. So I guess he's recording a podcast before work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does it?
Because he has to leave to go to work a couple times. I mean, if you're recording a podcast with someone, then she would have to record before work, which I think would probably be better. What does she do? Does she do stuff? Or does she just take care of her mom? Did they really allude to that at all?
No. Huh. That's interesting.
She probably works from home.
Okay. You know what? I do want to talk about the nature in which they record this podcast.
Yeah. With no video? Is that they don't look at each other at all?
I actually think that
Just
might be a
audio?
good idea.
Okay. So are you saying we should start not seeing each other? That's fine.
Maybe.
That's fair. Go off of vibes.
Well, I think that it
That's
forces
how the
you...
listeners are going off of it.
Exactly. And I think that it forces you to like listen more closely.
Yeah, and I am terrible at doing visual things. So.
I am too. We do a lot of visual bits here on the pod.
Man.
Yeah. Sorry to everybody. I'm sorry to everybody. I won't stop.
I've been working on it. Oh, okay.
I'm not working on it. I've never made an attempt to work on it. I do try to describe them at
that is true.
Bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's fine. That makes sense to me. But they do it in like 15-minute segments.
Oh, yeah. They keep cutting and being like, let's end. Let's not do it.
Yeah,
today.
they're like, we got to take a break. And I'm like, it's 3:15.
We've done that 2 times. We've never halted and then picked up on the same episode. We usually just scrap and redo.
Scrap and redo. God, it's been a long time since we've had to scrap and redo, thankfully.
We haven't had to scrap and redo, but we have had to like push them out.
For we postpone all the time.
Yeah, for sure. And them being like, and I know it's part of their thing, but like, I got to get into character where we have to be in character.
I kind of liked that. That also made sense to me.
So should we start doing that? Maybe that'll be better. Maybe, do you guys want us to be in character? I can change a little bit.
Well, I just think it's a good, because we will take breaks during a recording.
Yeah.
And I do think it makes sense to have like a hard, okay, and now action.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So I was like, I'm going to write that down.
Maybe our podcast is about to get so much better because of this movie.
Yeah, man, we're been taking inspired. I also had a question for you. If someone sent the podcast 10 recordings with a bunch of gibberish.
No, just because I'd be afraid it's a virus.
Yes, that's fair. I'm scanning it with my. Okay. I'm scanning it. Let's say confirmed non-virus. Mm-hmm. Are you listening to it?
How about I let you listen to it and then you tell me later?
Yeah, you got it. I'm listening to it.
And then after something
sure.
doesn't happen to you for like 3 months, I'll listen to it. I'm the scaredy cat in London.
You're the scaredy cat. Yeah. I wouldn't say that I'm the skeptic.
I wouldn't say that either.
But
you're more curious?
I'm skeptical. Yeah. I guess I'm a believer, but I don't believe that there's a demon hiding in these recordings, first of all. Which I guess brings me back to the plot. There's a demon hiding in the recordings. So, spoilers. So the reason I was asking about this is also because of how they're recording, which is that neither of them listened to the recordings before recording the podcast. So they're listening in real time.
Yeah, cold listens.
Which makes sense unless they started playing them and it's like fart noises. And then you're like, great, what are we doing for this episode?
Well, you could investigate the fart noise. Where does it come from? What did they eat?
Buttholes. I just feel like I would have done like a little bit of pre-pro on these.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. That's neither here nor there. So they are listening to the recordings. There's 10 of them and they're cold listens, and the story is escalating in the recordings. Now, that's why we have to take breaks in the recording, is for the structure of the movie, which is that the things escalating in the recordings are also happening to Evie in her real life. So we're getting faucets running, we're getting lights turning on, that little statue of the Virgin Mary moves around the room. Mm-hmm. It's all very spooky. And I guess it's all stuff that you can be like, I guess I forgot to turn that light off.
Yeah.
I guess it's all write-offable.
I mean, I wouldn't write any of that off. But I'm also, I don't know every time I hear noises, I'm just like,
It's fine. It's the cat.
It's the wind.
It's the wind.
The cat. That is why I got cats, because there were too many noises. And no one to blame them on.
Gotta cover them up with the cat.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the raccoons on the roof. It's a branch hitting the window.
Yeah.
All of that is write-offable. Okay, I do have an example of a light turning on and me getting hyperfixated on it. So when I lived in the apartment on the other side of this wall, for the listener, I'm pointing to my right, physical bits. I had been there for a year, maybe 2, and suddenly my hall light was turning on and off. And I was like, what is happening? Like the switch wasn't flipping. So I was like, I guess it's electrical. I don't know.
But it's probably a ghost.
So the switch wasn't flipping, but flipping the switch would do the thing.
Yeah.
So like it would be in what I considered the on position. The light would turn off. And then when I flipped it to the off position, the light would turn on. Yeah. And I was like, what is happening? Like, I live alone. I guess this is electrical, but why is it happening spuriously after being here for so long? It turns out there was a switch on the outside of the apartment that I didn't know about, and my neighbor was flipping it. So
yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it every time. But I do remember like taking note of it and being like,
the fuck?
Is this spooky? Is a spooky
finally
thing happening? Yeah, finally.
I've been waiting. Welcome.
Begging for something spooky. But if my faucet's turning on?
Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, I guess if we're going into our ghost hunter's mindset.
That's exactly where I was going to go. Yep.
Yeah. Just have an old faucet that it's not catching when it should. It gets
and
like
pressure's building up in there. The air forces it open.
You know, I would explain that away. Yeah,
I would.
I would.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. We're not skeptics, but we are skeptical.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, we've barely talked about the sounds of this. So most of the movie takes place at Evie's dining table where she's recording the podcast. And every time she like picks up her headphones and puts them on, it blocks out the rest of the house, but only for a moment. So I was talking to a friend of ours.
Oh,
well, because the microphone is on. So it's recording the house.
Yeah.
So I was talking to a friend of ours who doesn't podcast, and he was like, yeah, wearing noise canceling headphones in a haunted house must be so scary. And I was like, but you have to remember,
you can hear so much. Yeah.
In some ways you can hear it better.
Yes.
Because it's so isolated and it's right in your ears. So that was a really interesting choice. It makes you feel so like intimate with the space almost.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not like her house is expansive and huge, but like putting those headphones on feels isolating.
Yeah.
Even though you can hear everything around you. And so there are so many great scenes where they're recording the podcast, where they're listening to the recordings and something spooky is happening at the recordings. And she's like looking over her shoulder. And so it calls it all into question, like how much of this is in the recording and how much is actually happening around me.
Yeah.
Which is a really interesting choice.
And I also think the framing of that shot is so
big
with
time.
like you have your back to like an open area that's dark.
Yeah.
That's so scary. Every now and then where you're sitting freaks me out because you have a closet door behind you and it's cracked.
I know.
Yeah, I finally saw it, the inside, so I'm less scared. But for every recording we've had since you've been in this apartment, yeah, I felt a little weird.
Yeah, it's I hate it. I don't like it. I'm gonna move this door to the pantry and put a curtain here, and I think that will help.
That will help? Okay.
Oh, feels worse for you?
Yeah, maybe. If it's
Okay.
still kind of dark, it's super dark.
Well, you just won't be able to
door,
see
and it's very dark.
anything in there.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna mount the curtain on the inside of the frame.
But then I'm just like freaked out that there's something in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
It's just a litter box.
Okay. Just keep reminding me every time.
Or yeah, you know, that shot, especially there's one that they return to time and again with her sitting at the dining table on the right side of the screen. And there's the wall behind her sort of bisecting the screen. And then on the left is a dark hallway, but it's not pitch black. You can kind of see something back there, just enough for you to be like obsessed with scanning the darkness.
What's going to happen? Yeah.
Yeah. And that shot made me think of Long Legs, where Harker is sitting at her desk at her house, and when she first cracks the code, she like gets that letter from Long Legs and has the phone call with her mom and is like eating cereal. And there's this blank, dark space into the kitchen behind her. And that's just such an effective shot. Every time it happens in a movie, you see that blank space and you're like, what's back there?
Yeah. Every time. Because
So
there's always something back
spooky.
there.
And in one of them, I think it was a dream sequence, you do see the face of her mom back there.
No.
Or maybe I did. Maybe just me.
I don't know if I did. In the dream, I'm trying to think of the dream sequences. There was one where you do see the mom, but I feel like that's all upstairs.
The jump scare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to watch this movie again for sure. So.
I think I am too,
Yeah.
because I want to watch it with headphones on.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do think I kept seeing people say the sound is great. You should see it in a movie theater. But I want to watch it with headphones.
Yeah, I feel like it would be good with headphones.
Yeah. Like the theater was great. I think it sounded great. They really put that Dolby Atmos to use.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it in headphones. I want to hear it the way Evie heard it.
Oh, yeah.
That was just surprising to me how many people were like, I mean, you know, I love to advocate for seeing things in the theater. I think you should absolutely, like, by the time this comes out, you've missed your chance to see it in the theater. But we love seeing movies in the theater.
For sure.
When I went to see this in the theater, the guy I bought my popcorn from asked what I was seeing. I told him, and he was like, oh, most everybody's here to see Hail Mary. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know that one's for me. Though putting Ryan Gosling in those slutty little glasses almost makes it for me. So he was like, I just feel like we've only been getting boring movies lately. And I was like, I don't think you've been watching movies.
Yeah.
I think that your opinion that everything has been the same was true like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But we're getting more independent stuff. We're getting more non-IP stuff. We're getting
less Marvel.
We're getting more independent. Did I already say that? Whatever. Yeah. So I was like, you work at a movie theater, dog. Go see everything.
Yeah. Best part about working at a movie theater is to watch everything. And then you're like, oh, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I didn't know I loved Katy Perry's documentary until I saw it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a fun story. It was 3D. And one of the people I worked with was like, hey, I need you to go catch glasses. And I was like, how much longer is the movie? She was like, about an hour and a half. And then she just leaves. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then I just stood there and I watched the entire movie and I came out and she was like, you liked it, didn't you? Like,
she tricked you.
jeez. How did you know?
Did you have glasses or were you watching a 3D movie?
Oh no,
glasses?
I was raw dogging it.
All right. Okay. All right.
So
You're
it was
I can
fuzzy.
see the reds and the
It was
greens.
for the plot.
Yeah. It's basically a podcast. This makes total sense for this movie. Tuasin was originally writing it as a radio show.
Oh wow.
He cited War of the Worlds as an example. So which makes sense given the structure of the film to do it audio style.
Yeah. So was he going to make it back was it going to be back in time?
No, he was just going to, I guess it was going to be like a fiction podcast, basically is what it was going to be.
Gotcha.
He was like, I was just going to release this for free.
Oh.
He wasn't even going to paywall it. He was just going to put it out like we do Never Show the Monster.
Oh.
But good for him for making a movie. That's wild. Now, did you read that the man who plays Justin was recast when A24 acquired it?
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was somebody else. It got the her treatment.
Oh.
Which I think kind of makes sense because I felt like there was a disconnect between Evie and Justin throughout the movie.
Wonder what that one sounded like.
Yeah, I guess I could have looked harder to see if people who saw it I looked it up. It was the Fantasia Festival. Who saw it at Fantasia.
Oh, okay.
Where it was the original author with an F. Or not the author, with the original actor. And then saw it with the re-release or the wide release. I wonder what people think of the two performances.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. And like, why? What was it about it? I couldn't find anything. Listeners, if you know, write in noshowmonster@gmail.com.
There are a couple movie reviewers that I watch that go to Fantasia. So I'll see if they had seen it. Because usually they rewatch movies when they come out and then they review them.
That makes sense.
Because they don't want to review them prior. So I will go check those out to see. Feedback.
I'm just always fascinated by those choices. Like, was it an audio issue? Like, were they not happy with the literal sound of it and they couldn't edit it? Did they need to do pickups and that actor wasn't available for ADR?
I was saying this makes sense because I think I was telling you that like I kept getting advertisements on my social media for A20. They were like horror podcast. No, it was a podcast horror movie. They need voice actors. And I was like, that's a fucking lie. And it said A24. Yeah. A24 horror movie about a podcast needs voice actors. And I was like, someone is sending me targeted lies. And they want me to click on it because they want to steal my data because this is exactly up my alley.
Damn.
For sure. So I didn't click on it, but I wish I had. I could have been one of the screaming women.
God, that would have been great. That would have been great.
Would have been so good.
So yeah, the screaming women, that fast forwards us toward the end of the movie, which we haven't finished the plot yet. Yeah. So toward the end of the film, as they are finally listening to recordings 9 and 10, where things are really popping off in the recordings, it's also their live call-in episode. So they've split the listening into 2 episodes. They've already released. Wait a minute. Do you think her whole job is podcasting? Have they monetized? Damn.
Man, do they make that much money? I'm so jealous. They make any money? I mean, so if she is taking care of her mom, she can get paid for it. So I think that's likely. If they're not having somebody come in and take care of her, you can get monetary compensation. So I assume she's getting paid for taking care of her. It's not a ton of money.
Yeah, but if you're like living in your mom's house and say she's paid it off.
Yeah.
And if it's being supplemented by your spooky, scary podcast.
Yep. And I think she doesn't, it sounded like and I know we've gone forward, but she does have a boyfriend who's a piece of shit.
Oh, and she was living with him.
Yeah. So I think that they have an apartment together and the podcaster friend alludes to it a couple times. He can tell that he's a shitty person.
Oh, yeah. Justin knows what's up.
He gets those vibes from him.
Justin's the gay bestie. He knows.
He was like, do you want me to call him? I'll call him.
I'll do
will
it
yell
right
at him.
now. I'll do it live on the show.
But there's a lot that she deals with before that, because she finds out also that she is pregnant.
Yes, that is
with this
critical.
shitty boyfriend.
With this shitty boyfriend.
I assume, but maybe.
Oh yeah,
maybe she's stepping out.
I guess it could be anyone, eh?
I assume. I'd say it's definitely probably him, but
yeah, it's probably him.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That's a whole thing. Yeah, you're right.
That's
we
a
do
whole
need to
thing.
talk about that.
That's a big
before
part
we
of
talk
the
about
plot.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get the classic, it's in the morning and she throws up scene. And you're like, telegraphed it perfectly. She's pregnant. Got it. So she calls the doctor, I did think this was interesting. She called the doctor to make.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of calling. That's why I thought this was in the old times.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of calling to do stuff. And I was like, man, you're really broadcasting your shit everywhere.
Yeah. But I also thought it was interesting that her first pregnancy test was with the hospital. Like, she didn't go get one from the drugstore.
In no way would I share that with another person. That is being kept to myself until it's
far enough into it. I feel like, gosh, what would I do? If it's with my shitty boyfriend, who I don't love, who I'm planning on leaving, because she does say she's going to move into her own apartment. Well, I'm going to get an abortion personally. I'm nipping that in the bud. I think he said that she was like 6 weeks. I was like, that's great. You're still, I guess I don't know what state you're in, but I think you're probably still good. Yeah. I think they were in like Illinois or something. No, is it set in Canada? I didn't pay attention.
I don't know why I got Michigan vibes, but that
I also
could be
got
wrong.
Michigan vibes, right?
Okay.
I don't know where it was set.
They talk about their town. So somebody does mention where they're from, because they say the town and the city and the state name in the last part.
I think it was in America.
Yeah.
This America.
Could be Iowa.
North America.
Oh.
Am I thinking Massachusetts? I don't know. It does not matter.
I don't think it was that far.
It doesn't matter.
I just feel like it's middle up. Middle up.
It was definitely, well, I was going to say it's definitely near the border, but I wasn't paying attention. So could be anywhere. Florida. I don't know. Which I guess is
you don't
near
go outside. Don't know if it's wintry.
Yeah.
Don't know what it looks like.
No idea. Anywho, 6 weeks is early. You're probably still in the clear, but you're raised hella Catholic.
Yeah, she did talk about wanting to kind of keep the baby for a bit. And
she already had a name picked out, Mary. Yeah, I was like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You
shouldn't do that.
You really shouldn't do that.
But whatever you need to do to get through it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's your choice.
And then she was like, I'm going to go. She found out she was pregnant and then immediately was like, let me get this whiskey.
Yeah.
I was like, well, choices.
So when
like when you get your drink, that's when I feel like you've made the
That's
choice.
exactly how I felt. I was like, okay, she's made the call. Catholicism aside, like she's no longer a practicing Catholic. She was just raised Catholic. And it sounded like she had opted out while she was pretty young. So yeah, I felt the same. When she poured her whiskey, I was like, hell yeah. And then we find out, she has a history of a drinking problem and she's maybe considering keeping it, which I guess we don't find out much about the relationship between her and her mother, but we don't have pictures of the dad around. He's not here. So I was like, is this a Gilmore Girls situation?
I assumed she does listen to the voice message from her mom, but it also didn't say that like she loved her. It just said, I'll pray for you.
I'll pray for you.
And that's what she listened to. And I was like, ooh, that doesn't sound great.
Right. It sounds like maybe a strained relationship, especially in the message, in the voicemail. Her mom says, like, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Are you coming to Mass? Yeah. What an insane question. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Are you coming to Mass? No. Obviously not. No. Yeah. So I don't know, but it felt like maybe she was considering keeping it because it felt like a tie to her mother.
Yeah. I feel like I like going through like the consideration of trying to probably right the relationship she had. Like then she can be something that wasn't to her. Yeah. So I feel like that's where she was feeling kind of a pull. Like, I'm not going to judge you and I'm going to be there for you type mothering.
But man,
Yeah.
wanting to name your child Mary for all the Hail Marys that your mom prayed over you, that's like,
Oof.
you need to set aside funds to send your kid to therapy. Like, you're already, we're not off to a great start, in my personal opinion. So yeah, that's critical. That's critical to the plot because, so they've split this episode into two. They released the episode of the first like 8 recordings or something. And I guess they're saving the last 2 for the second episode, which is also a call-in show. So here at 3 a.m. US time, people are calling in. We're taking calls. And interestingly, it's Justin who's like controlling the calls. So are people calling long distance to the, no, he must have like a
They got to be calling like a Google number. Yeah.
And these calls grow increasingly unhinged. We get one caller who lived, like Chelsea was mentioning, lived in the same town as the people in the recordings, whose name were like Mike and Jessa, maybe?
Probably.
And gosh, I haven't talked about the backwards recordings at all.
Yeah, no, I thought about that.
I'm out of practice. I'm out of practice.
Well, that's good. We'll leave a little bit for the listeners to go watch the movie. But there's some fun stuff about nursery rhymes and listening to a bunch of stuff backwards. That goes on for a good chunk of the movie.
Super spooky to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, little children singing in reverse. That's scary. That's a good effect.
I feel like it was a good increase in tension. Like, the tension increased at a appropriate level.
Yeah.
In this movie, I feel like
it was they had a tight control over the tension.
Yeah.
Like they were very restrained, which heightens tension.
Yep.
Because there's so few jump scare releases. So you're just like, okay,
waiting for it.
It's got to happen. You're
staring in the back.
It's got to happen this time. And it doesn't. And you're like, oh.
Yep.
So listeners are calling in. One lived in the same town as Mike and Jessa, and they can fill in some gaps as to what happened after these recordings, which is that Mike and Jessa were found dead in their home with plastic bags over their heads at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah. And in the autopsy, it was revealed that Jessa was indeed pregnant, which I
think they knew because they were talking through a baby monitor or something. Yeah. Like there was a baby monitor.
There was a nursery. There was baby dolls. Creepy as hell.
And there was weird baby crying.
Yeah.
But the baby hadn't come out yet.
But baby not out. Baby not out yet. And Evie's like, it's the neighbor's baby. Okay. All right. I mean, maybe it is.
we can come up with some good, I would probably say maybe it's just like an audio thing. Like, somebody's phone.
Yeah.
Video on your phone.
It's on the TV. I don't know.
Yeah. Something.
I
know that there's a TV there.
I don't know. Did I ever tell you about the time I heard a baby crying in my empty home?
Was it a TV?
Was it a Bizu? Was it Abizu? I don't think it was the TV because this was when I was a wee child. I was a latchkey kid. And I came home one day and this was back when we had CRT TVs. So you can feel when the TV is on.
Oh, yeah. It's crispy.
It's crispy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I got home and I knew I was alone because the TV wasn't on. But I walked into the house and there was like a little narrow entryway that opened into the living room. And to the right was a hallway with the bedrooms all down that hallway. Mm-hmm. And so I walk in and I'm in the entryway and I hear a baby crying in one of the bedrooms, but I don't feel the TV on and there's no cars in the driveway. So I was like, what? So I like poke my head in, baby's still crying.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the neighbor's house. So I just left. I didn't investigate, but I was like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
So was it a baby?
Never found out what that was.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just weird.
Investigator Kelly hadn't popped out yet?
No. No.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
12.
That would scare me enough that I would want to leave.
Yeah. Ghost Hunters hadn't come out yet. It was just about to come out. Yeah. This would have been 2001. I think it came out in 2003. So, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Helps bring out the skeptic in you.
Yeah. Or at least the
debunking side.
Braveness.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we get this call that explains like Mike and Jessa are dead, which they could be lying. They could be filling in the story. So you can still explain that away. And we get a call from somebody who has a similar story. Same sort of thing happened in a different town. Different people.
Lady carved babies or dolls?
Dolls.
Lady carved dolls.
Yeah. And sold them. And one of the things I read online was that the weird Mary doll was probably bought from.
I assumed.
Yeah, I didn't even put that together myself. Somebody had to tell me.
They said she made little statues that were super weird that had a lot of kids on them. And then that Mary was like faceless with a bunch of kids crawling up her.
Yeah, when they showed that, I was like, what
That's
saint
gross.
is that? That is appalling.
It's not a good one.
I see why Evie is like trying to hide that away.
Yeah.
I hate it. I wish that I had written down in the little Toronto Morning News segment I watched, they had the props head on, and she said, which she shouted out the artist who designed and 3D printed that for her.
Aww.
And I should have written it down. That's my bad. Shout out to that artist who designed a fucking weird ass Virgin Mary covered in crawling babies statue.
Yeah, it was very weird.
So these calls are coming in, and we've got one that's like a mother who's clearly unhinged, threatening to kill her baby. And I wanted to talk about how Evie responds to this. And we can skip this. Is this hard to talk about? We don't have to talk about this.
The baby part?
No, the way that Evie's like, I killed my mother.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, it's not hard. I don't feel like I killed my mother. I feel like that was other things that happened.
Yes.
So I had enough therapy to get me through it. So I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's probably not the therapy. I don't think if we were to get into that, that's a much longer podcast for me to talk about. But no, it doesn't bother me. That part, I would like, low key, I did really want to watch this movie to get a kind of an emotional release about that. And there were like a couple parts that I was like, oh, but generally, and they did I might want to talk about that. Should we finish the
Oh, sure.
Loop around.
Evie's telling this woman who is named Abazu.
Yep.
Who is...
Which is cute.
That's
she's
cute.
going by just like a short little name.
I mean, it's 2026. We can't be saying Abazu. That's crazy.
Every time, yeah.
But they don't know that it's the demon. Justin and Evie think that it's just a caller who's like losing her mind and killing her kid while calling them. And Evie's trying to convince her not to, and tries to like level with her. And she's like, I know you're good.
Yeah.
Because I'm bad. Because I killed my mother because I wouldn't pray with her. Mm-hmm. Which was on brand for the movie. But I don't know that it was on brand for the character.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that moment, like, I understood it in grief, how she was dealing with that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And in that moment, it's different. So I get where she was coming from. And like the thing she said is a normal thing to say in grief.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't know if that's the path I would have gone down to reason with someone.
Right. It's very...
I feel like that could have been there, but it didn't. There wasn't like a through line to bring it to that. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like what?
Yeah, where's this coming? You're really making this about you right now, Evie. I'm in the middle of killing my infant.
It could be like one of those, I don't know if it was in like Tina Fey or Amy Poehler's book, one of their biographies, autobiographies. Yeah. One of them said that they love calling their friend, and they were talking to each other, I think, but they would never try to talk them out of something. They would just say, like they would call and be like, the world's burning. And they would be like, yeah, it's fucking awful. And then they would just like agree with them and be in it with them.
Oh, sure.
So, but I don't think she should try to convince her she's good. You have to be in it and be like, because we're both bad, but we can figure it out
you
together.
Can come back from that. Like,
yeah,
doing bad things doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah.
I guess it can if you do enough bad things.
It's like, well, a little bit.
But there is redemption.
Religion and redemption.
There is
all that tied in.
Just do some Hail Marys with me.
Yeah, that was a weird moment. Just her being like, this is what, and I was like, okay, you're looking for a release because she's been feeling the grief all the time.
Yeah.
And she hadn't had a release for it because she can't talk to her shitty boyfriend. She's obviously not talking to a therapist.
And
so she exploded
won't
at her.
talk to Justin about it. Like,
Yeah.
I would be
And
leaning
he's
on
asking.
Justin more. Yeah. He's like clearly compassionate and supportive. And she's just bottling it all up, which I get.
But then you explode it at a caller
on
while there's
our podcast.
demons.
Should we do a live call-in show?
Yeah, maybe. We'd have, that would be weird.
That would be weird.
Write in.
No show
Honestly,
monster
if you guys
@gmail.com.
want to, we'll do it.
We'll do it. I'll figure out how to get a phone number. I guess I have a phone number. I don't want to give it to listeners.
We'll figure out a phone number. I never show the monster phone number.
Yeah. Can we get No Show Monster? How many?
Yeah, I was wondering, is that enough?
SHO. It's too many.
No, it's too many. Yeah.
Monster is 7.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
we'll get Monster. I'm sure that that's available.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll get it.
We'll get a weird.
Come in, Abizu is the number.
Oh my God. Was it backwards? They were like, oh, this is back.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, everything
was this backwards. And I was like, you guys figure that out now?
Yeah. It and then things just sort of
escalate really quickly.
Yeah. So fast. We go from like things just are just happening so fast. Stuff is upside down, stuff is spinning around. The TV's doing a weird thing.
Cabinets are slamming.
Gotta slam those cabinets.
Yeah.
Tea kettles whistling.
The TV has a big red face from a separate episode they did.
From a separate
about
episode
big red
they
faces.
did. About big red faces. That sounds spooky. I don't really understand that either.
I was like, well, does that mean that it was all based off of that face one and she watched it and he didn't watch it and none of it really has to do with the everything that's going on. It's actually the face thing.
Oh, maybe it's all the face thing. The best I could come up with was that the demon was like trolling her with a YouTube video.
Yeah, probably.
Like if the demon can already send emails, I guess they can also. I guess they can also.
Well, it's also like being like, oh, if you thought this stuff wasn't real, what about that?
Yeah,
what about this very scary thing?
Oh my God, do you think that Abizu is friends with a demon trapped in that YouTube video?
They're just
and she's like
going around doing their thing. And I'm sure that they had a conversation. They were like, which one of us? And they were like, you know what? Let's tag team this one. Let's do it together.
Yeah.
They're a sisterhood, you know?
I love that for them.
Yeah. Sisterhood of the Traveling Demon.
That sounds great. I want to watch that movie. We need a third and a fourth. Who do we get? We get the gal from The Ring. If we're doing TVs,
sure.
let's get her. There aren't like a ton of lady demons.
Ooh, mama.
It seems like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. We've stunt casted our next film, Greenlight.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Okay, what did you want to circle back to?
Just that I wanted this movie to be, well, like, obviously I have a personal connection to the movie because I was like, oh, I went through something similar. That's why we were gone for a bit. Then the plot went to a section that I will never go to. So I was like, well, I'm not going to worry about thinking about babies. So I'm good.
All set on that front.
And I was like, I am all right. I'm fine.
Unless you get Virgin Married.
Oh, fuck. That would be so bad. Well,
You can still abort
keyword
it.
virgin, I guess. But
Fine. If you get immaculate concepted.
okay, I could get immaculate
conceptioned.
Ooh, ew.
Barf.
That would be my biggest nightmare. I can't.
No, we don't have to imagine that.
Yeah,
that's not real.
Scarier than any movie we've ever
real.
talked about. So, no, thank you. But yeah, whenever it did that twist, I was like, oh, but it did a very accurate job of what it feels like to be a caregiver and like all of the stuff having to go through it. And then like you turn away for a second and then something bad happens. Then you feel like immense guilt about that. I thought it did a very, very good job of kind of like showing the monotony in it and like having to like clean up afterwards after things.
Yeah.
And it was, I thought that they did a very good job. And now after you told me that that's kind of what they went through with their family, it makes sense. Like,
yeah,
I was impressed with how realistic that part was. Yeah. At the end of it, the whole baby thing just kind of like threw me out of it. I was like, well, I can't really relate to this as much any longer.
Don't have to worry about that.
But yeah, I was excited to watch the movie. And I was like, man, this movie is going to be my life for the past year. And that's going to be bonkers. And then I was like, at the end, there's going to be a monster. And I'm going to be so freaked out because it's so close. And then it got so far off. And I was like, okay. Plus, I have a note. My like partner is really great. So I don't have a...
Right, yeah.
He was super supportive and great during the whole thing as opposed to...
Her shitty ass boyfriend.
I don't even remember his name. But he was like,
I don't know.
You need to leave.
Darren.
To
Oh, no, that's your shitty ass boyfriend. Sorry.
Oh, damn.
Do you think he listens? Hey, Darren.
Oh, hey, Darren.
Thanks for the sub. 5 stars. Like and subscribe.
That was the first thing that took me out of it. I don't know. I just really wanted to relate so hard to this movie. And then it just kept like pulling me out. I was like, oh, well, he's never going to make me go to a fucking party.
No.
Like
ew.
while I'm taking care of my dying mom. No, that's this. I was like, what unbelievable person would do that? I mean, I'm sure there are people, but that
of course
blows my mind. I was like,
and
wow.
Especially like guilt tripping her. Like, you can make time for me and our friends.
Yeah.
Bitch, I've got enough on my plate right now.
Go over and visit her.
Right.
Go spend time
Why is she
watching a red-faced lady on the TV together.
Yeah. Come on. You can come make fun of these recordings too.
I'm sure she would have loved to have company and not been alone in that giant house. Moderate-sized house.
That's something that I think that the movie captures really well, is that level of isolation.
Yeah.
Like, the only other face we see in the whole movie, well, giant red face on the TV.
Yeah.
And her mom, who never speaks, or maybe speaks that one time. It was the demon. It wasn't the mom. So that, I felt like that isolation was like, the movie feels claustrophobic in a way that serves the film.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
And I know, like, I don't know, this is obviously a totally different scale, but when we were living through lockdowns, I live alone. So the only person I was seeing was Chelsea on Zoom for Never Show the Monster. So I did recognize that from the COVID days, even if I wasn't caregiving for anybody. Like, I felt like that, capturing that loneliness. I felt like they did a good job.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know this actor? I know she's in The Handmaid's Tale.
I knew her from Handmaid's Tale. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I quit Handmaid's Tale after season 1 because it was too hard to watch. Ooh. So
got hopeful at the end.
Oh, good.
But it takes like 6 seasons. So
yeah,
it keeps being dark for a long time. And then they have the Testaments coming out soon.
Oh, what's that?
The spinoff. I think it's the kids in the school. And
I never even got to kids in a school. Cool.
I think that happens in the last season. Spoily.
That's fine. There's a, is it past the problems?
No.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
I don't know if it's happening at the same time and it's just in a separate place.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of what I'm hoping, because if it continues on, then that means some things didn't resolve.
The reason I asked is because at the end of Handmaid's Tale, the book, spoilers for
The book?
Handmaid's Tale, the book, is it's like a flash forward to kids in a school learning about the history and reading the diary of
Offred?
Yes, thank you. And I did not find it hopeful. A friend of mine did until I pointed out why it wasn't, and she was like, "Son of a bitch, stop reading things critically." And I was like, "Yeah, sorry." I don't even remember the details now, but it's these students reading the diaries and discussing them, and they basically come down to they're basically starting to relive it. So, or paving the path to being able to live their history again, not learning from their mistakes, because they're looking at this in the past and going, well, it was a different time. They didn't know any better. And it's like, they absolutely knew better. They were still humans. They were still people, like, thinking it was very like, well, we could never do that.
Oh no.
Without like engaging with it as a serious subject. So that's how I read the like postscript to Handmaid's Tale. I can't speak to the show because I only watched season 1, which means I never met this actor, but she does a great job.
Yeah, and she's good in the Handmaid's Tale as well. I thought she did good. Yeah,
nice.
Oh, there was one scene.
Yeah,
that I was like, no.
Uh-oh.
Not because I don't know if it was because her acting was bad, but it was something about it wasn't that she was saying thank you or that she was saying sorry to her mom or something. Something was happening, and while that was happening, I was like, I don't find this very believable.
Oh,
and it took me out of it for a second.
But you think it could have been the writing as opposed to the acting?
Could have also been my personal experience. So I don't know if I just immediately was like, no. So I don't know. It was something about, I think she was apologizing to her about, it wasn't like whenever she fell. It was like a different time or something. And
was it when she was telling her that she was pregnant? She starts calling her mommy.
Maybe.
Like,
it was just kind of weird. But I can understand wanting to revert back to being young in that moment to deal with it. But yeah, I don't remember. There was one scene that I was like, that is not how I would have played that.
Okay.
One.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was acting. I don't know if it was acting or writing or both or neither. I don't know. But I thought she did it. She did a good job being very focused.
Yeah.
She did a good job keeping with what was going on. She made me feel like she was dealing with things.
Gosh, and being the only one on screen practically for a whole movie. So that brings me to my next point.
Yeah.
Which is that it made me think about Iron Lung.
Oh my God. Good.
So, listeners, Iron Lung is a horror movie, so it's topical.
Yeah.
We covered it on our other podcast, Debut Buddies, a podcast about firsts, because it was Markiplier's first debut film. And I was very critical of it during the recording. I want to think that I was being constructive, not that he's listening to the podcast and taking notes, but I felt like there was a lot there that was really good, but it was overshadowed by stuff that didn't work. And since then, I've grown obsessed with it. And every few nights, I send Chelsea and our co-host on Debut Buddies, Nate, like a picture of me watching yet another Iron Lung video on YouTube. And I think that the reason it made me think of Iron Lung is because they're both films with one actor holding the screen the whole time. And they're both debut movies.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Especially watching them so close together, made me think of that, like just had me drawing comparisons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think that for me, Undertone works better for me.
In terms of seeing it and not being super critical afterwards.
And I do feel like I could be more critical of Undertone. Like, I feel like the pacing suffered at points.
So now you're like, hold on, let me get my list.
Yeah. Well, I just realized I didn't actually do any of my criticisms. I guess that's my two criticisms are my three criticisms. Uh-oh. I'm doing it. The pacing dragged at points. And it's not a long movie, so I don't feel like it was painful, but I do feel like it could have been a little snappier. And I'm not asking for jump scares. Like, I think that jump scares are cheap most of the time. They can be done really effectively. Like, Smile does some great jump scares. Oh, there she is.
Another visual. I'm wearing a Sky Riley t-shirt.
I've been listening to Sky Riley a lot lately.
Good.
Yeah. So that's my first criticism. My second criticism is that I didn't feel like there was chemistry between Evie and Justin.
Yeah,
like,
probably because they re-recorded after.
Right. Yeah. So I wonder what's the story there? What happened there?
Yeah.
And then my third criticism is that the end of the movie, I don't feel like follows from the rest of the movie. Like, it just sort of comes out of nowhere and like crazy things are happening, and you are just left to be like, yeah, I guess they mentioned that Abazu like comes after new mothers.
Yeah.
I guess we talked about that.
Could have been tied up differently. I feel like I feel like it did a great job, as I said, building the tension.
Yeah.
And then at the end, everything happens all at once, and then it ends. And then you're like, okay. But then it's also like just a bunch of stuff happens. I'm not necessarily wanting more, but I am left kind of like, oh, okay. Okay.
Right. Which is sort of how I felt at the end of Iron Lung.
Oh, okay.
Like, both of them, I ended with like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
So here are my questions. I won't rehash my Iron Lung. Go listen to the Iron Lung episode of JB Buddies for...
And we'll have another one where we rewatch it, and then everything that we learn it will be rehashed. And it'll just be being like, I had a fun time again.
And me being like, okay, I think I actually like it. And Nate being like, I still
but
don't.
Here are the things.
Yeah. So at the very end of... Wow, I just forgot the name of this movie, Undertone. She goes upstairs and her mom, who has passed, is weirdly walking backwards out of the closet. And then the lights go out and there's like screaming and what sounds like falling down the stairs. So my interpretation is that Evie fell down the stairs with maybe a bag over her head somehow.
Yeah.
To die like Mike and Jessa.
Yeah.
But there's no real button on that. I also have questions about like all of the drawings she was doing. So during the last couple recordings of the podcast, she's drawing Abazu while she's recording. And
it looks like her mother also did drawings or had drawings in her side table.
That's a great point.
So I thought her mother also had a relationship with Abazu, or like that was also a thing. But the thing,
my gosh, you're probably right.
That I thought was weird about it is like the way that the demons described. I was just like, oh, you're just trying to get a demon abortion.
You're just trying to get a demon abortion. That's all.
Instead of like having to go to the doctor, but you're willing to call a bunch of doctors and tell them all about what's happening.
Yeah.
So, but I thought that that's what it was just like, I just thought it was going to go in a different direction than it went at the end.
I did too, especially because this is going to be I guess a little bit graphic trigger warning.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Evie is devolving and she's having these like nightmares. And in one of them, she dreams that she's at the bottom of the stairs and she's having a miscarriage. Like she reaches between her legs and pulls up her hand and it's covered in blood. And because of that, I also thought it was going to go in a different direction. But you're right. I think that the mom probably had a relationship with Abazu as well because she had those drawings in the nightstand, and there's a throwaway line that's like, Abazu's the child taker demon and also of crazy mothers. Like, it's just a tag on line. Yeah. Man, all because she bought that little statue, weird statue of the Virgin Mary.
What a bad idea. Don't buy them.
Look at it.
No,
It's
don't get 'em.
creepy. Don't get it. Don't get
it.
But overall,
I thought debut film, great movie.
yeah, especially as a first.
Yeah, excited to see the new Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, I guess I'll check it out. I wouldn't have, except for this movie. Like, since it's that writer director. Oh, did you watch any interviews with him?
I only saw like a couple clips, so not really.
He's like the least charismatic person I've ever seen.
Love it. Love that. Love that for him.
Like, he's like answering interviewer questions with single words.
He sounds great.
They're trying to draw stuff out of him, and he's like,
nope.
Like, sort of deadpan. I was like,
he sounds great.
You're giving me nothing.
Love it so much. Love it. That's my favorite kind of person.
He put it all in the movie.
Yeah, how did he get the movie funded?
Oh, I don't know.
Saved up a bunch?
Yeah, just inheritance?
Maybe.
I don't know.
He did the right thing. Good investment. He had
done those shorts. Yeah, great investment. He had done those shorts, so maybe he had like, I don't know, maybe he did like a Kickstarter. I don't know. That's a great question. Listeners, if you know, write in. noshowmonster@gmail.com.
And I feel like he probably benefited a lot from the restrictions. Like, you know how whenever movies get too much money, they end up not doing great. But this was like, I think it did great in the having to be in one space, getting creative with everything. They just did such a good job. God,
and how fortunate that his parents' house looks like that.
Yeah,
like,
that is a kind of weird house.
The staircase? That's crazy. That is such a weird...
Having that weird landing at the top.
Yeah. And having this, it's almost spiral. It isn't spiral, but it's like a curved staircase. How fortunate. Like, that works great for this movie. Yeah, so he's just been sleeping in it. They had to leave it decorated in case they had to do reshoots. So he's just been
hanging out in there. Oof.
Hanging out, surrounded by all those Jesuses.
Do you think he's just sitting at the table?
Yeah, I think
editing the movie.
Editing the movie, doing like Zoom interviews about the movie.
Wow. Everyone who's interviewing him is staring at the background. It's like, stop.
Like, do you think that's why they don't use video in their podcast? Because Justin was like, I can't fucking look at that Jesus.
I'm just staring behind you. Yeah. The entire time he was like, I can't.
It was weird as hell.
Yeah.
Do we have any more thoughts, or shall we wrap up?
I don't think so.
Listeners, this is the first of a series we're doing. We haven't done a series in a long time. We don't have a snappy name for it yet, ? But it's all going to be audio-based movies, because this Undertone was billed as the scariest movie you'll ever hear.
Ooh, it can be like never show the monster, but always hear the sounds. Something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what was the their podcast had a tagline. It was like, don't fear the dark, fear the silence.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. When they said it, I was like, damn.
We're going to use that now.
They crushed it.
Yep.
It's no happy spookies, but it's pretty good. So we're going to do spooky sound stuff. Now, we didn't decide exactly what movie to do next. We decided what movie not to do next.
Yeah.
I propose session 9, since it's also about finding audio recordings.
Yes. I'm in.
Sick. So join us back here in 2 weeks to discuss session 9, starring what's his face? Caruso? David Caruso?
Whoa. I do not know who's in it.
It stars David Caruso of
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, am I thinking of the same person?
It's him. It's him.
Oh yeah, he just throws off them sunglasses. CSI Miami. Wow.
CSI Miami. I knew it was in Miami, but I couldn't remember which.
And it has Josh Lucas and Brendan Sexton III.
I don't know them. They're no David Caruso.
You know what? Neither do I. I thought I did. Oh no, it's Warren.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I was like, I know the name. Sorry, Brendan. You're one of our favorites. I'm so sorry. But you were name recognizable.
Warren from Empire Records. And if you would like to hear our thoughts on Empire Records, not a horror movie, you can find that episode over on Debut Buddies, our other podcast with our friend Nate Regolia. But in 2 weeks, we will be back to discuss session 9. And in the meantime, you can, what do I say? This is muscle memory, and I accidentally thought about it in the middle, so I forgot how to do it. And in the meantime,
you can catch us on our other podcast, Never Show the Monster.
You're right.
I'm just kidding.
You can catch us on our other podcast, Debut Buddies. And if you like the show, please give it a rating and a review. That would really help us. 5 stars, please. And you can follow us on social media, No Show Monster. You can email us, noshowmonster@gmail.com. And until next time, happy spookies.
Happy spooky.